Hey, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. So this is going to be a vlog from a vacation that we took to Fort Pierce as a family. And when I say family, I mean not just my immediate family, but my brothers, my parents, my brother's significant others. So it was a fun trip with a lot of family. We had a great time. The girls' great time started literally at the airport when they convinced Evan to get them these stuffed animals. But I would say the trip started off great, and then we had some rental car issues. I don't even know how it happened, but we got on the wrong bus for our rental car, and that just had to get situated. But finally, we were able to get our car, get the girls in their seats. Now, we brought one car seat and we brought the Ride Safe. That is something that we have used previously in the Bahamas or other vacations for Alani because it works out really well. Emmy still does great in the car seat. But once we got to our house, we were able to look around. We had a house that we rented all together, and my parents and my youngest brother, they had gotten there ahead of us, so they were a little more settled. I'll show upstairs later, and I don't really show their spaces since they had already kind of like settled into their spaces. But my other brother and my family got there on this day, so I can give you a quick tour of these spaces without any like personal stuff in them. We enjoyed our rental. I would say the toughest thing was we already knew going into it, but the elevator wasn't operational. So that's the only way to get between the floors. And the kitchen is upstairs. This really wouldn't matter much, but for the first couple days we were here, it was rainy. So we would have to go outside to get upstairs in the rain. So that was like not the most optimal situation. But the only other criticism I would say is the situation with the bathrooms. There really wasn't a spot to like place your clothes or anything like that, and there were a few shared bathroom situations. So that was really it. But once we got settled, it was really nice. My parents had gotten the girls some aprons and matching chef hats. This was a Christmas gift that had arrived a little late, and they really enjoyed that. But we just got ourselves settled, had dinner. We made a lot of just dinners ourselves here. That was the point of having a rental. And then it was nice to have family around because Evan and I could get out and do our own thing with plenty of people to watch the girls. As I said, we had a few rainy days at the start of this trip, so we took advantage of one of the rainy days and headed to the local theater. The girls had already seen Moana 2, but my mom had not. And so we all went together to see that, and then we took full advantage of having a game room in this space that was actually incredibly helpful. I didn't really record much on Friday because my mom and I spent a lot of time braiding the girls' hair. But Evan and I were able to squeeze in a happy hour, which was nice, and the weather was also just a lot better. So you will see in a little bit. The next day, which was Saturday, we headed into Vero down one of my favorite roads to get to the farmer's market. My parents needed to take their dog to the dog park, and Alani absolutely loves dogs, so she joined them, and we just had Emmy with us. We really love going to Grind and Grape in Vero, so that was our next stop. And I forgot to show this stand while we were in the farmer's market because we were just too busy talking to everyone there. And my mom has such a great relationship with them. She absolutely loves their tea. And my mom's a really big tea person. And so these are some of the things that she and my brother got. As you can see, we were super excited that it was finally sunny and nice. This was the outside of the place. There was a fire pit in this area, and then there was a whole entertaining section that was covered with a grill and tables, a whole bar area, as well as an outdoor shower and toilet. There was a small marina not even 5 minutes down the road, so my parents were able to bring their boat and we were able to get out a few times. Emmy absolutely just fell asleep both times she was on the boat, but Alani really enjoyed it, and we actually were able to see dolphins both times that we got out. I got a little bit of a clip in this part of our adventure, but at the end of the video, when we went out again, you'll see there were a lot of dolphins. I absolutely love the little downtown area in Fort Pierce. It is so cute and so pretty. I'll show you the restaurant that Evan and I end up going later. That's the restaurant right there, and it was so good. But we were on our way to breakfast at Sunrise City Cafe, which quickly became our favorite breakfast spot. My parents took their dog to the dog park again, so Alani was happy to join them, and we decided to take Emmy to the preserve that was really close by. Honestly, it was right down the road from the marina, so it was super close. Poor little Emmy, though, I sometimes forget how easily she gets bit up by bugs. You'll probably even be able to see them in this video. I don't think I got any bug bites. Evan got bit up a little bit, but they got little Emmy good. So when we found out that Casa Pasta did the pasta in the Parmesan cheese wheel, we were sold. So Evan and I decided we had to come here for dinner, and it really was so good. The ambiance was amazing. The service was great. Everyone was so friendly. I highly recommend going here. And as I said, we were taking full advantage of getting out. We hadn't done any sort of date night since we moved into our house back in October. And we're normally really good at getting out and just doing things together. So, again, on this vacation, we took full advantage of having family around. The next day, we went back to Sunrise City Cafe because we were telling my family members how good it was, and some of them wanted to join us. So we went and did that, and they actually had some pressed juices this time from a local company. My mom's really into all of that kind of stuff, so she ended up getting that. And I don't think I said it, but their lattes were really good. They weren't too sweet, and we got the girls smoothies each time. But the thing that I would go back for every time was the grits. All of the food was fantastic, but that grits was amazing. I feel like normally when we go on vacations, Evan and I plan so many things to do where we're just like out and exploring, and we did still do a good bit of stuff, but I feel like this vacation was way slower than most of our vacations. Part of that just being the weather. But even on our nicer days, some of the time we just stayed in and had time with family, which was really nice. And this was the trip where we ended up seeing a bunch of dolphins. We took the boat back to the house and docked it. And then some of us got off, and then some of us got on. We kind of just switched, and then we went back out. And I kind of just felt bad for anyone who got off because there were so many dolphins. On our last night, we sat around the campfire and told silly stories, made s'mores. It was just a really good time together. If you're new to my channel, my parents spend time between the Bahamas and Florida. So we're always so excited when we get to see them. My brothers and I, we actually live very close to each other, but we don't always get that time with my parents. And so this was the next day. We all went to lunch together. And from there, we went our separate ways because it was time to go home. Evan and I realized on this trip that a week just isn't long enough, so next time we're definitely taking a longer vacation. But thanks so much for your support on my channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.